This is the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Ever wish you could re-listen to your favorite interview or segment? Do you enjoy hearing older shows for the first time in years? Then the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less is just what you need. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Hello, John Solberg here, your host for the best moments of the BBQ Central Show in 10 minutes or less. Gotta let you know, actually happy to let you know, today's show is brought to you by Green Mountain Grills. For more than 17 years, Green Mountain Grills has brought the smoke to the competition scene in backyards all over the world. Their Venturi-style firebox delivers the cleanest 150-degree smoke in the pellet game. Their newly redesigned 2025 Prime 2.0 grills blend the proven technology of the past with the technology of the future. Green Mountain Grills is the original innovator of all things Wi-Fi, and they continue to give the user granular options to control your grill in any environment from anywhere. Green Mountain Grill also leads the pack in accessory creation. From their pizza oven attachments, they got rotisseries, they got add-on side burners, they got tons of racks, they got everything you need. Go check out the new 2.0 Green Mountain Grills and all the other cool stuff over at greenmountaingrills.com. That's greenmountaingrills.com. Today, let's jump back to 2013. Greg's going to talk to the recently inducted into the BBQ Central Show Hall of Fame, Melissa Cookston.
My first guest tonight, one of the top circuit today. Jeez, that was loud. Let me refrain from you hearing that in your ear while I can. This coming weekend, they are going for their second overall Memphis in May win in as many years, 2 out of the last 3, which should make 3 in total. They are riding a 3-year win streak in whole hog at this event as well, and has really one of the most successful restaurants in her stable as well. Let's go ahead and race over to the hotline and welcome back friend of the show, Melissa Cookston, pitmaster of Yazoo's Delta Q. Melissa, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Greg?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic, Melissa. Always appreciate you making time for the show, especially on a weekend that is upcoming. Probably one of the biggest events that you guys are typically competing in during the course of the year now.
Definitely, yeah. Memphis in May is definitely my Super Bowl. For us Memphis-style cooks, Memphis in May is where it's at.
So, big weekend, as we've mentioned already 5 different times in 6 seconds, Melissa. Memphis in May, as I said, one of the biggest events that teams look to enter and then, of course, win. As I mentioned in the intro, Yazoo's has won it twice already, looking to grab 3 and repeat on top of that. From a competition side of things, how do you prepare for this event to make sure that you and the team are hitting on all cylinders to give yourself the best chance at repeating?
Greg, typically in years past, you always want to get some practice in, especially with whole hog, because it's not something you can just cook in the backyard, like you can chicken or brisket or something like that.
Right.
So typically you want to do some contests to warm up. Unfortunately, I have not been able to cook any this year.
Not at all. Well, aside from obviously the restaurant, but completely different.
I'm sorry?
I said you've been cooking in the restaurant, but I mean, that's like a completely different animal.
Oh, yeah. We cook about 8,000 pounds a week in the Memphis store and about 6,000 pounds in the North Carolina store. So I've got plenty of meat going on, just not comp-style meat.
All right, so maybe a little bit different of a scenario going into this year than it has been in years past. What kind of a mindset do you guys have to take at this point in order to, get that game face on and make sure that you're hitting on all cylinders?
Yeah, I've been cooking whole hogs for 16 years now. So, pretty much anytime we get to a comp, whether it's the first or the last of the season, it's pretty much auto dry for us. So I'm just going to go do what I do and cross my fingers, hope for the best. I now have the Greg Rimpey mojo on my side since you let me call in. Memphis in May, you have to have a good product, but there's a lot of luck involved with that too. I mean, it's about what blind table you hit. I mean, there's so many factors involved. So, you just got to hope for the best. Melissa
Cookston joining me here on the show, pitmaster of Yazoo's Delta Q. A couple different websites to check out. Yazoo's Delta Q, that's the letter Q.com, and then Memphis BBQ Co, MemphisBBQco.com, if you want to check them out here while we're talking. if I could just for a second here, Melissa, let me kind of back out of all the in-depth competition stuff. There's a percentage of the listening audience that maybe isn't as keen to the competition circuit like some of us are. Are you able to kind of give us a thumbnail sketch of what this event is about, how you qualify to get into the finals, and then how that's judged to come up with an overall winner?
Sure. Memphis in May is a strictly pork competition. In normal, smaller contests, you're able to cook whole hog, whole shoulders, and ribs. But Memphis in May being so big, you can imagine with on-site judges, they limit us to cooking one main meat category. So you have to choose which one you want to cook. What happens is at noon on Saturday, I will send a blind box in to be judged by 4 judges. And at the same time, my first judge will show up for 15 minutes. That judge will leave. I'll have another judge come in for 15 minutes. That judge will leave, and I'll have another judge come in.
Wow.
So I'm judged in preliminaries by 7 different judges. They then take those preliminary scores, and the top 3 teams in hog, the top 3 teams in shoulders, and the top 3 teams in ribs advance to the final round, where 4 judges judge all 9 teams to figure out who's the grand champion that day.
Wow. So, it's quite a substantial judging process.
Oh, definitely, yeah. And really, it's just like any other sanctioning body. You have to win your blind table. If you lose your blind table, you're out of finals. So that's where you make it or break it in blind.
Because of the amount of judging that goes on and all of these steps to get to that final, who's going to win between the ribs and the pork shoulder and the hog, are these like the most experienced of the Memphis barbecue judges, or how are they trained, or how are they certified? How does that work out?
Oh, yeah, definitely. They have to go through class. They have to judge contests. They have to be certified in order to judge at Memphis May. So, the judging is great. We don't have celebrity judges. We don't have, people coming off the street or judges that have just been trained. They have to judge before they can judge Memphis May. So, we have a great lineup of judges at that competition.
Melissa Cookston joining us here on the show, talking about the upcoming Memphis in May competition this weekend. Another thing folks might not understand is, especially when compared to some of these other sanctioning bodies, this Memphis in May costs a substantial amount for a lot of the teams that are going to be competing. Just for instance, what is Yazoo's looking to go in expense-wise for this weekend?
Want to find out what Melissa had to say? Head over to the bbqcentralshow.com. Link in today's show notes is going to take you to the complete episode. Go check that out. While you're over there, look around, find a show. You want your own best moments show put together? Send me what it is. John, Jon, John, at the bbqcentralshow.com. I'll see what I can put together for you. And until next time on the best moments of the Barbecue Central Show in 10 minutes or less, I'm your host, John Solberg. I look forward to talking to you again soon.